Good evening. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. You are the fantastic, ever-growing chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. We are going to get it kicked off tonight with something near and dear to my heart. Music from Blitz BK. Who doesn't like that? So sit the fuck back, crank it the fuck up, and let's get nuts.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Hey, Shiners, it's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. And plus the Jets suck while Bobby yells at Santa.
Shut the fuck up.
Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope we left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heart beat stiff. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a fart you ripped? Too much egg in all the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and oh shit.
Blitz got beat.
Gentry covered in football.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rap is so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fallon. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. While YouTube is blowing up, I'm doing my part. I excuse myself every single time that I fart. I'm
Jets,
Charles.
Yankees, comics, hip-hop. Nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop us. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blows calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
He's Charles. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I see all of you here. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the way in. It's free, it's easy, helps the channel grow. We are now at, I believe, 1,514 subs. So nice little jump after we hit a little pause before we hit 1,500. So thank you to everybody. You never know when you're hitting a like button can help this show enter the algorithm for others, for other Jets fans to see and become aware of. So please do your part, like Charles blowing a fart. I will be purchasing 2 other items on Monday. My offer got rejected. So on Monday, I have my eye on 2 items. On Monday, I will be purchasing 2 more defensive line items. Excuse me. Where are we here? Don't do this in 2 days. You forget where everything is. That's what she said. Joe Klecko jersey, autographed, certificate of authenticity, right there on the bottom, right where she likes it. For any of you who gift 5 memberships or equivalent of $20 in super chats in the show, you get to spin the multiplier wheel for more chances on the wheel. So, a little bit of Jets news today. Nothing major. Little preseason information. Rookies report to training camp July 19th. New York Jets vets report July 22nd. August 12th, a joint practice with the Giants at Florham Park. And August 13th, back-to-back days against the Giants in East Rutherford. I have a friend who I've coached with. He is an electrician at the Giants facility, and I've already reached out to him to see if he can get a hold of VIP tickets for that day. So I'll see what I can do. And hopefully that practice is early. Aw. I cry every time, too. Oh, Tom Ace. I hope Lane is the first caller. Ooh, yeah. Well, the NFL preseason I wanted to discuss. Has it been watered down? How do you as fans feel about the preseason? Like the gist, not jizz, the gist that I get from it, not the guy who hit a home run tonight on the Yankees, somebody else. But, oh, Pat Rich, I have not sent your item yet. Everything will be sent out after this weekend. I know I'm late. I apologize. Life's been a little hectic. Daughter graduating 8th grade, her 8th grade dance. But I will get all of these items out on Monday. So I apologize for the delay, and I hope, just like Bobby, you don't hate me. But back to preseason. I feel like a lot of teams operate under the notion of let's just not have players get hurt. If you don't have anyone get hurt for an extended amount of time in August, it's almost like it's a victory. And you know who suffers? The players, because they're not ready. They're not ramped up for the opener. And now the regular season, the first 2 or 3 games has turned into preseason quality games for the most part. Teams aren't in sync. Teams aren't used to going at full speed. Teams aren't used to hitting. The Jets were never ready when the season started the last couple years. And now Aaron Glenn says, you know what? We've done a little assessment here looking at this team on film. We're going to hit a little more. Now, there is risk with that. There is the opportunity for someone to get hurt. There is the opportunity for someone to break a bone, pull a ligament, tear something. However, you hope that you get through it healthy. You hope that everyone is ready to go week 1. And I say that not because of who our opposing quarterback is in week 1. I say that because every game matters. And if you're not doing everything you can as a coaching staff to get ready for the first game, you're failing your team, you're failing your organization, and you're failing your fans. Every game is equal. What if you missed the playoffs? And this just isn't the Jets, this is everybody. What if you missed the playoffs by one game? Oh, well, we took it easy in August because we didn't want to get hurt. But we lost the tiebreaker to our opening day opponent, which ended up killing us 18 weeks later. And now we're sitting home because we didn't get ready for week one. Listen, it sucks to lose a player. We know the quarterbacks don't get touched. They got the red shirts on. They don't get touched. But you got to get ready for week one. You have to. There's too much value. This isn't baseball, where, for example, last year, and it looks like this year they're trying to do the same shit, the Yankees were the worst team in baseball in the month of June. Not just American League, all of baseball. They still went on to win the American League and almost won 100 games. Baseball doesn't mean shit. A series in June doesn't mean shit. However, in the NFL, there's only 17 games. You never know the value of that game and what it could mean down the road. So I hope that Aaron Glenn and his staff has this team ready for week one, not just this year, every year. Hope we don't have to worry anymore about being ready opening day, being ready after extended time off, being ready after the bye, being ready and prepared in the second half after adjustments. So many teams are well coached, well prepared, and step out onto that field and never have to worry about this shit. There might be a hiccup with a drive. We've all seen it. Kansas City has a bad drive. Andy Reid makes an adjustment. Steve Spagnuolo makes an adjustment. Now, why do I use those two? Because it might be one of the greatest, if not the greatest offensive mind in the history of the NFL as head coach, offensive coordinator. And Steve Spagnuolo might be in the conversation with Belichick for one of the greatest defensive minds ever. He's won multiple Super Bowls. He's the only coordinator to ever win a Super Bowl with multiple teams. Bill Belichick won with multiple teams, but he was the head coach with the Patriots. Should have won with the Jets as a coordinator, but Keith Byers fumbled Ruski. But the preseason sets a tone for your organization. It sets a tone for your team. It sets the tone for who we're going to be. It sets the tone for preparation and what the players come accustomed to. And knowing, listen, we might not have their plays figured out, but we know we're going to be ready to hit. We're going to be ready to step on the field, and we're going to be ready to do damage ourselves. Too many times the New York Jets have not been prepared when the kickoff happens. Too many times this team has lost a game 30-0, and we knew after a 5.5 minutes of the game, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown. It's 6-7 minutes into the first quarter. We're down 2 scores, and it's like, oh, shit, we're done. That's coaching. That's lack of preparation and a little bit of lack of talent. If you're losing games poorly in September, you're not ready to play. I know throughout the season, injuries happen, injuries take place. That's part of the game. But when you're getting the fucking floor mopped with you in September, it's because you're not ready. And that's because you're being a pussy head coach. Coach football. People get hurt in football. There's people who get hurt without being touched. There's people who get hurt bending over to pick up a fumble like Vinny Testaverde did. Injuries happen. You can't coach scared. The New York Jets are in a position to have a physically dominant team up front. You have to be ready for week one because Pittsburgh Steelers will be ready in the trenches. Their quarterback, their decision-making, their running game might not be, but we know that defensive line is ready to go. We know they got multiple guys who can get after and chase down the quarterback. The New York Jets have to go out and win week 1. If we lose the next week, it's okay. Be 1-1 after 2. You don't want that pressure of losing 2 home games to start the season. Win that opening game. Take the pressure off your quarterback. Take the pressure off the organization. The fans will be a little more relaxed. I think if you offer every single Jets fan 1-1 right now, where do we sign? What can we do to make sure we're 1-1? Be ready week 1. Be ready for week 1. Then you're playing with house money, and you can take all the chances in the world you want week 2 because nobody will expect you to win that game. You can pull out all the stops. You can pull out all the trickery. You can pull out anything you want. That's what she said. Not that, though. Put that away. Especially you, Lane. But the New York Jets, having a good training camp, having a good preseason, and being ready to play week 1 can set the tone for the season. And it could be a positive tone, something that we're not really used to as Jets fans. Right away, we're used to the negativity. We're used to the media being negative. We're used to the players saying stupid shit. We're used to injuries happening. It's time to flip the script. And the only way you change the narrative is by changing the narrative. We could talk about it all we want. We can make all the comments that we want. But when it comes down to it, go win the fucking game. Eli, thank you for the super chat. You are in the raffle for 2 entries. Great insight on the preseason, Nick. Maybe AG plays the starters for a couple drives and 2-3 games for extra confidence. I would like that. I know everyone's worried about it, but I want my offensive line in rhythm. You have the joint practices. Now, a lot of teams use the joint practices as their preseason game. They use that as their place where it's a structured environment. It's live in the trenches. You don't let your players get blown up with hits like could happen in a preseason game. You blow the whistle early. You protect your players. But you can't play football soft. If you do, you lose. There's something to be said about being physically prepared for opening day. I'm tired of waiting for week 4. And then we win a game or 2 and then injuries set place. Why? Because we weren't ready and then they got worn down. But Eli, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel, and I appreciate you, man. Hope to see you here a lot more. David says, Nick, I think that your idea of looking at the Jets as 2-game segments is a very good approach. Yeah, it's the way it breaks down is like mini seasons up until the bye, right? Even after the bye, you can continue it. But when you look at this schedule, I think it makes sense to break it down in 2-game segments. Let's see if we could do this. No? Let's see if we do this. Maybe here. No. Here. No. Trying some different layouts, see what we can get. All right, I'll go with this and I'll just move over. Hi, everyone. Again, Pitt and Buffalo. Carly, I'll buy you a diamond ring if we go 17-0. You don't even have to marry me. I'll just give you a diamond ring. Done. Not even this year. Ever. Lock it in. Boomtown, make the note. But I think that when I look at this schedule, David and everyone else, I see 2-game mini seasons, right? It used to be with 16 games, you break it down by the quarter. Now it's 17. They had to fuck that up for us. So what do we do here? We're going to break it down by 2 once again. Pitt and Buffalo, both at home. Split that. Both games in Florida. Split that. Be 2-2. Jets fans would be absolutely ecstatic with 2-2. Dallas at home, and then another home game in London with Denver. Win one of those and be 3-3. Carolina, as Maniac Shiner, Super Bash. That game's a win. We're not losing that fucking game. 4-3. Now, a game that can turn your season. You can be 2 games above 500 in theory, or you can be 500. You go into Cincinnati at 4-3. That's a game that you can coach like the Buffalo game. You can pull out all the stops. Know you're going into a bye week and pull out all the crazy shit with every attempt, every blitz you've been holding. Send it at Burrow, put pressure on him, keep him moving. And coincidence, this is a very good time that Jermaine Johnson is back in the rhythm. By week 8, Jermaine should be cooking. You got Jermaine, you got Will, you're sending Quincy and Sherwood. You're stunting, you're blitzing, you're putting pressure off the edge with Michael Carter. That's a game where if you can win that game, in theory, be 5-3. It's going to be fun in the second half. Now, I'm not guaranteeing we get there. A lot can happen. Injuries take place. The ball bounces the wrong way. Tipped passes, broken protections, easy touchdowns, whatever. But the energy and the excitement for our fan base, who doesn't really have a lot to be excited about late in the year. The most exciting thing that we had to be excited about the last couple years was Breece Hall getting 1,000 yards in the snow against New England, and they fucked that up. Robert Saleh should have been fired then for not being able to count. They should have never let him coach the 5 games. They should have said to Rodgers, we're getting rid of him. Him and his staff can't figure out that 994 is not 1,000. And when you come out after that bye, you look at those first from week 10 to 17. The only game that you should not mark as a win if you're a Jet fan is Baltimore. That game at week 18 at Buffalo might not mean anything for Buffalo. Buffalo's been known to rest players week 18. We get the luxury of week 15 and 16 at Jacksonville, at New Orleans, going in December to a dome and going to Florida outdoors. That's a gift. Granted, it's surrounded by 3 home games, one with New England, Miami, and Atlanta before. But I look at the schedule, guys, and I don't know how people say 4 wins or 5 wins. I look at the schedule, and I think this is a team that can compete. I look at the 2 Buffalo games. I look at the Baltimore game, and I question the Cincinnati game. Those are the games with the biggest uh-ohs. And Cincinnati, everything that we do well can stop what Cincinnati does well. Our cornerbacks are a strength. We can cover them. Cincinnati hasn't been known to really protect Joe Burrow very well. We can get at him. So I'm looking at this schedule, and this is all based off of this offensive line being a top 10 offensive line, if not even higher. The New York Jets could really, really change the narrative, and they can change it quickly. Thank you for the gift, Blitz. It got here today. Brooklyn boys, welcome to the channel. I don't think they're guaranteed to win. I think they're winnable games. I think they match up well with those teams. I think that the Jets, if they're going to be the team that Aaron Glenn thinks they are, you have to beat Cleveland with no quarterback. You have to beat New England, one of the two. Baltimore is a loss. I'm 100% right in that loss. But Atlanta, why can't you beat Atlanta? Now, I'm not saying they're all going to be wins because we know the Jets always find a way to jet. Why can't you beat Miami up here in December, where Miami doesn't play well in the cold? Why can't we beat a very underproductive Trevor Lawrence if he's still the quarterback come week 15? New Orleans doesn't have a quarterback. And then New England comes here. I'm not saying we run the table, but we could win all of those games. It's not like we're playing Kansas City, Baltimore, Philly. That schedule is not very intimidating. The Jets still have to perform 100%. Please don't think that I think that we have a cakewalk, but I think these games are winnable. Matthew, with a good point. With good coaching, the toss-up games become winnable games in our favor. Better coaching is what helps teams win those tight games. It's why we've lost to Detroit a couple years ago for poor coaching. It's why we lost many games throughout the years for not being situationally prepared on the football field, whether for during the week of the game, film review, preseason. Agreed, Jaden, but it's fucking June. Let me cook. Love you, stepson. But this is where we're at right now. There's been years, the Adam Gase years, where we've looked at the schedule and said, holy shit, what games could we win? And we've only had 4 or 5. You look at these games, there's 12 games that are maybe 13 that are winnable. Dallas, we've beaten Dallas multiple times here in a row. Denver, that's in London. It's a toss-up, right? Even though Denver's a playoff game last year. That's a toss-up going to London. You don't know how traveling that far is going to affect people. Miami, not very impressive in the trenches. And I'm basing this off of us being a good team up front with our offensive line. I keep quoting this because the Buffalo Jet fan, it's one of the best things he's ever tweeted. And he has many, many great tweets. Ace Bailey cancels on the 76ers. The Rutgers star won't work out for Philly. Still hasn't visited any NBA teams. That just popped in on Bleacher Report. Wyatt with a super chat. We had a team who beat the Eagles and should have beat the Chiefs. A good coach will make us a force. Yeah. We're operating under the mentality of the same old Jets. What if we're not the same old Jets? Let's look at the toss-up games. On paper, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Miami, Dallas, Denver, Carolina. I'll mark Cincinnati as a loss. Cleveland, both with New England. Baltimore, I'll mark a loss. Atlanta, Miami, Jacksonville, New Orleans. 14 games. I don't think we're overmatched in any of those 14 games. Now, winning those games comes down to coaching, comes down to execution. No one thinks we're going to go 14-0. I don't think we're going to go 0-14. We've had teams that have gone 0-14 in winnable games. I don't think this is that team. I don't think we're division contenders this year. I don't think that we are home playoff game contenders. I just think there are a lot of winnable games on this schedule. There's going to be some games where we're going to sit here and we're going to do the recap and say we should have won if this happened, if that happened. It's the sign of a young team. It's a sign of a young quarterback. Do you think Minnesota Vikings fans last year were realistic when they were saying we're going to win 14 or 15 games? People laughed at them. What did they do? They won 14 or 15 games. Came down to the last game of the season, whether they were going to be the number 1 overall seed. You're going to win some of these toss-ups. There's 14 toss-ups on this schedule. 13 if you want to give the Cincinnati game away. if you don't think we can match up with Cincinnati. 13 games. Go 7-6, go 8-5, and then you steal one of the four. You steal the last game against Buffalo. I don't think it's crazy to think that this team can win toss-up games. The Buffalo Jets fans' tweet was, teams that have a top 10 offensive line don't pick in the top 10 of the draft. When you have a good offensive line and all the ratings, pass protection, run block, win rate, you're going to win more games than you lose on average. Granted, we are outmatched in some games. Buffalo, sure, they're still the class of the division. Sal, you haven't been hearing that we have a good offensive line. We finally do. We finally have a quarterback that fits the modern NFL era of a running quarterback. Coincidence? Jared Goff, number 1 seed, NFC, couldn't make it to the conference championship. Why? Because he was a sitting fucking duck and Washington just kept blitzing everybody at him. When you have a good top 10 offensive line, you're going to win more than you expect to. Curly, what's up? Which one of the 35 kickers we have tried out blows us week 1? Well, I don't know what kicker you want blowing you, Curly, but, have fun. Sound like a nice guy. Questions, super chats, gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. If you gift 5, you get on the multiplier wheel for a chance to win up to 100 raffle entries for the defensive line raffle. I pushed the raffle back a week. We'll be raffling everything off Sunday night, July 6th. I knew I needed an extra week to purchase some items, so I gave you guys and gals an extra week so you know what kind of raffle you're getting into. Well, Curly, I was going to read this comment, but since you don't even know how to spell Haley's comment, I will not. Pat Rich says, I think there isn't much optimism from this fan base because we've been here before. First time coach and GM. I'm not expecting much from this team this year. Well, let's revisit that. Bill Parcells, first time coach, 9-7. Al Groh, first time coach, 9-7. Herman Edwards, first time coach. Made the playoffs in 01. I think 10-6. I think we made it 10-6 in 01 on the last kick of the season with John Hall. 2002. Vinny goes down. Start 1-4. No, that's not the first year coach. Eric Mangini, first year head coach, 10-6 playoffs. Rex Ryan, first year head coach, AFC Championship, 10-6. Todd Bowles, first year head coach, 10-6. Adam Gase, first year head coach, I think 7-10 in year 1, if I'm not mistaken. Because we had 3 games in a row where we scored 34 points against the Redskins, the Raiders, and the Giants. Just still, it's amazing. So we've had success. Robert Saleh, first year, 7-10. We've had success with first year head coaches. That's one thing that you can say the Jets have had success with. Curly, I spelled it correct. Looked it up. Oh, he put a super chat in too. I spelled it right. Look it up. Now answer. All right, let me get back to the question. I gotta find it now. That's not it. Daniel, while I'm looking, I saw this comment. I love Kenneth Grant. I absolutely love Kenneth Grant. You got a good one there. I love Kenneth Grant. I wanted us to trade back a little bit and take one of those big tackles. You got a really, really good one. What happens first? So it's Halley's. Haley's would be Hail, right? Always thought it was Haley's comment. It's Halley's? Wyatt says, "Will you be at the Talking Jets deal for the opening game? I'm considering going, but I'm undecided. I am like 1% going. I do not like Steelers fans. The Cowboy game and the Steeler game are just not crowds that I want to be a part of anymore. I don't have the patience now that I'm sober, and I would rather sit peacefully and watch it than be around people waving a stupid fucking towel. Granted, the tickets are going to be through the roof. It's opening day. It's a premium game. I'm going to judge the week of Wyatt. I really don't. If anything, I'll go up for the tailgate like I do for the opener if I don't go to the game, and then split like 12:15 and head home. Curly, thank you for the super chat. Jeffrey says, "Seeing is believing. Words are best in action. Nick is raising our spirits." Well, Jeffrey, thank you, but why can't we compete? Things that the New York Jets should do well this year: run the ball. Let's our defense rest. Offensive line play should be better. Quarterback will be mobile. Garrett Wilson should be getting the ball downfield more and not little 5-yard bubbles all the time. Defensively, rush the passer, and secondary, defend the pass. If you can run the ball, keep your defense rested, and get out there with a blitzing aggressive scheme and have long second downs and long third downs where you can really show the strength of your defense, you're going to win a couple games that fans might not expect to. That's just the truth. You're not going to win all of them. We're not there yet. But, again, if it clicks with Justin Fields, you might win another game or two that you're not expecting. And, well, thank you for that. Just for reference to Haley's comments, I think it's 2061. All right. We got some time on our hands. Renaissance Man is here. Diehard Bills fan here. Well, I appreciate you watching the channel, man. Thanks for coming back. I think the Jets are going to be much improved this year, just off of the fact that Sal and Rodgers aren't there anymore. Rodgers is going to undermine any coach, and that's fact. It's 100% fact, and here's why. Him changing all the plays last year at the line of scrimmage had to be frustrating for the players. We don't know what the plays being called were because he tweaked it to his preference. I think they'll be better because the offensive line is finally complete. I think Will McDonald's coming to his own as a pass rusher. He put on 15 pounds of muscle. I think the secondary is going to be coached up better. I think we're going to play more man. If you have a cornerback that you pick number 4 overall, and you're going to possibly pay him top dollar at his position, why the fuck are you going to sit him in a soft ass zone? Play to your strengths. If you have a top corner in football, play to your strength. It doesn't make sense to draft a guy there to play zone. Adirondack AI says 2054 is our year. I don't know if I'm living that long, so we need a time machine. So, ladies and gentlemen, send in your super chats and gifted memberships so I can purchase a time machine so I can go there and see it. Weed the People says that he likes younger men. Is the NBA finals going on? Oh, look at that. That's how you do it on this channel, folks. Weed the People gifted a membership, and it went to Eli Betts, who just did a super chat earlier. Talk about paying it forward and getting rewarded. Awesome. Thank you, Weed. I appreciate you, sir. Indy's fighting with everyone. Did the NBA finals end tonight? Is that what's going on? Are we fighting over the NBA? Is it a done deal? Usually the NBA has like 7 travel days. Oh no, it's Thursday night. LSU with a walk-off to advance to the College World Series. Big Islanders fan, member of the channel for 7 months. Thank you. Since Mike Curtis and Mike Lucci ended Joe Namath's season in 70 and 71 has been a series of nightmares in wait and see mode. Mark on Bernie. Yikes. Mark on Bernie. Dave Brigger, ladies and gentlemen. The Salah regime undermined Gardner's development, not letting him travel and play man. Agreed. I agree with that. You see Sauce, when he has the opportunity, he excelled. There were times he got bumped off a route. There were times where he wasn't physical enough at the line of scrimmage to bump a guy. And then the guy would get off and he'd be in chase mode on a drag route. I pointed it out multiple times last year when it happened. But if you notice Sauce, he looks a little bulkier. He looks a little more muscular up top. So you got stronger shoulders and triceps, forearms, hands. You can pop guys in the shoulder, break them off the route, and then jump in front of them where you're not chasing them from behind anymore. So I would like to see Sauce take his game to another level, get more physical at the line of scrimmage, break these guys off of their routes, and then when the quarterback sees the timing's off, he's got to look elsewhere. If Sauce can get in a habit of taking the number one guy out, like Revis did. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Revis. Please don't think that. But Revis, the art of Revis was he knew the route you were going to run by your hand position, by your shoulders, by your back, the way you were leaning in. And he would beat you to the spot. He would jam you up at the line, and he would beat you to the spot. If Sauce can get coached up to be at that level, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. David D, who's like a historian, he loves this stuff, and I love when he does it. Big Islander fan. If I recall correctly, the play Joe Namath was injured against the Lions. Mike Lucci was on a fumble. The game was in Tampa, which was a neutral site back in 1971. All right, my first question, David. Why did the Jets and Lions have to play in Tampa? Was there like an awful snowstorm in one of the cities and they had to get out? That's the first thing that pops to mind was like, is weather. Oh, preseason. Okay. Interesting. So they had a preseason game. Did NFL teams used to do what baseball did? I was born in 78, so I'm asking from a time and an era that I wasn't alive. Did they do like neutral sites like all the time? Well, I didn't know it was a fucking August game, you little fuck. Interesting. Habert says the Salah regime was unwilling to change on the run and make adjustments. Yeah. And how many times did we see the team just do the same play, run it right down the throat? A little bit of a stretch play, RPO. We were at the Buffalo game last year on Monday night, and I'm saying to my son, I'm like, that RPO is going to kill us later in the game. I said it early in the first half. He goes, what do you mean? I go, watch. They're setting it up for later. Michael Clemens is bit hard every single time on the running back. I go, they're going to use that again later, and Josh Allen's going to get a big first down. How did the game end? Josh Allen with an RPO, and all the Buffalo Bills laughed at Michael Clemens because they knew they had him. If Nick Shine, Pop Warner, defensive coach, can see that, and Robert Saleh can't, why the fuck are you coaching? David, thank you. Neutral sites were a huge part of the NFL back then, and even more so going back to the 50s. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, I was gonna say this is early 70s. I don't think the Bucks came into 73 or 74. 72. I know they had that awful winless team in the early 70s. Tampa built a stadium without an NFL team, and they were trying to attract the team. Wow. So they used preseason to gauge if they could get fans there. Interesting. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for all the info. 76 for the Bucks. Okay. I love learning shit. So I appreciate the info from all of you. I don't want to say old timers because it's just before I was born, but well, when you have this much gray in your beard, I think I could say old timers and it's not disrespectful. Jeffrey says Tampa knew they would come, like Field of Dreams. Oh wow. Bucks' first season was in the AFC West. Huh. Oh, that would be great if the Tampa game this year, the Bucks drop those old uniforms. I think they do it once a year, right? That would be great to see those. I never got to see those in person. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, it'd be great to fucking dog walk them. But, ladies and gentlemen, I gave the Discord members opportunity. Now the link is dropped. If you want to continue the Jets discussion, call in. You have a thing that you want to counter, a take that you want to argue with me, something I said tonight that you disagree with, feel free. Call lines are open. Kind of like the Saints and Knights looking for a field. Well, I just figured out this is Ryan Hines. What's up, buddy? The Saints and the Knights comment finally made it click who Ryan H was. I hope you're doing well, man. And Sophia just graduated 8th grade yesterday. And I know you got a big graduation going on with Ab. So try to hold it together. I got a little teary-eyed yesterday. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie at all, Ryan. And why do you guys need a field? All right, text me that. Call me tomorrow. Let's talk. Ladies and gentlemen, he looks like he just got back from playing 18 holes. He's got a polo shirt on. He's got a red face. He's got a sweet ass.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
How did you shoot?
Shoot, I don't play pool, golf. I think that's the boringest sport in the world. I like the other sport, the other golf, miniature golf.
Console hockey?
Oh yeah, sometimes
Pocket
I
pool?
like that. No, I
Playing
like.
the back nine? I know you like the back nine, Bobby.
No, I don't like the back nine at all.
All right. Well,
I agree with you. Some of these
whoa!
games
There's a
win 'em.
giant raccoon behind you.
That's my pussycat. Hi, Nala. Come here. She's shy. That's my cat. That's Nala. So I agree with you. I think we could beat Cincinnati.
Wait, she just jumped off the table. Everyone heard thud thud.
Uh-huh. I think they could beat Cincinnati. Don't worry about that team. I think we could beat them.
Oh, I'm gonna worry about it. I mean, they're an elite passing attack, but the things that they do well,
Yeah,
we can take away. In my
I
opinion,
think-
whether we can do it for the entire game to be determined, but
yeah,
we
but I
match up
think,
well with what they like to do.
like you said, you went through the teams. I think you could even be Dallas. You could be Dallas. You could be Atlanta.
So,
Atlanta sucks.
if you said that
And-
we won 3 games next year, give me Pittsburgh, give me Dallas, and give me New England at home. Give me those 3 games because those are
you
the 3
should
fan
sweep-
bases that I
you
hate the
should
most
sweep
in the
the
NFL.
Patriots. You should sweep the Patriots. God, give me them a break.
Yeah, I hope we do. But if you said, Nick, the Jets are only going to win 3 games this year, and you get to
Yeah.
pick the 3, give me Pittsburgh, Dallas, and New England, just because I don't ever
No.
want to see those people walking out of our stadium happy.
Right, I agree with you there. But I think, like I was thinking, I think the Jets are going to have a good season this year. The way they're planning it, like you said, training camp, they're not going to just sit around. They're going to be hitting because it's only 3 preseason games this year.
Yeah, and one of them, like, nobody plays anyone in their last game.
No, that's the last game yet. They should play at least a quarter and a half the first 2 games. So nobody gets hurt. And I do like the Jets and the Giants. Well, I wish it was up in Albany, though. That's only an hour and a half away from me. So that would be good, right?
You're only an hour and a half from Albany?
Yep. Hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
We used to go to the Albany train. That's where we met. Me and Michael met. What's his name?
The elevator?
No, not the elevator. No, this is different. This is when we went to training camp. What was Herman Edwards?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, thank you for recovering that fumble and running away for the touchdown against my team. And he goes, "Oh, that's how
Trivia question for you.
Yeah.
What play did that create?
What play that?
What formation did that create?
I don't know.
That fumble created the victory formation where they take the knee and then they have a guy 10, 15 yards back. That play, that fumble, the Herman Edwards fumble return, created the victory formation to have somebody back to make a tackle in case a fumble happens.
Yeah, because the guy, Pisarcik, just had to sit on the ball and he hands it off and then there was a fumble. That was ridiculous.
Give me a second. Super chat here from Big Islanders fan. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You are in the raffle for the defensive lineman. The Jets could not play any home games until the Mets season ended. A few years they had to play the first 7 games on the road. It was not ideal. Yeah, that's right. They wow.
What year was
Things were
that?
different back then, right, Bob? You know, I don't. But they couldn't get the fields ready in time, right? And they didn't want to change everything back then.
Oh, right.
And the Mets schedule was set, so the Jets, it wasn't shared.
You mean at
It was
Shea?
like, we'll allow you to use this.
Shea Stadium?
Back in the 70s and 60s.
Yeah. Oh, I used to go to Shea Stadium to see a couple of games. We went when it was a cold game. It was like almost the playoffs, I think it was. They lost to Buffalo. I don't know who was the running back. I forgot. It was a cold day.
I learned so much from David. Like, I know the point of me doing a show is to maybe like teach people some things or different takes, but I love David's comments. 1973, the Jets-Steelers game was moved to Pittsburgh because the Mets were in the World Series. Jets had only 6 home games out of 14 games that season as a result.
Wow, that's horrible. They should have just played in Giants Stadium.
It wasn't up yet.
Oh, yeah, we played in the Giants. Played in the
Hey,
Yankees.
Siri, what year was Giant Stadium built?
Like I'm 10 years older than you.
76. October 10th, 76.
Okay. I was
And
8
its
years
last
old.
event I was at
What?
January 3rd, 2010. The Jets
When they
beat
knocked it
Cincinnati
down?
Bengals on Sunday Night Football to clinch a playoff spot. And then we went
Okay.
into Cincinnati
Yeah.
the next week and beat them again.
Okay, what the week before, who did they play at home before the end of the season?
In 2010, the week before Cincinnati?
Yeah. You remember?
I don't. I drank a lot back then.
Because that's the game we went to when we met Ray Romano in person.
The week before.
Yeah, before your
I'm
game.
gonna look it up. I don't know.
We didn't go to the Cincinnati game. We went to like the week before, I think. It was a Sunday game at 1:00.
I'm looking right now. The 2010 Jets schedule. Oh wait, that was in 2010. That was 2009, right?
Oh yeah.
No, that was 2010.
Okay, 2010. Yeah.
No, it was 2009. I'm sorry.
Okay, 2009. That's fine.
You're right. It was 2010 for the last game, but it was January, so it was the 2009 season.
Yeah, it was the 2009 season. You're right. So who played the?
It was 2 weeks before. They lost 7-10 to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the game we went to. Atlanta game. Yes, we went to that game. That's the one we went to. We met Ray Romano. We met the announcers on that team too. We thought it was some. I thought it was something else. They died laughing. Two of them. Yeah, that was funny.
I don't remember if I was at that game. I drank a ton. I mean, I had season tickets that year.
Yeah. So you going to the home opener?
I don't know. Wyatt asked that before in the super chat because Green Bean, Matt, and Ryan are doing their party for the Pittsburgh game, but
yeah,
I don't want to be around Pittsburgh fans. They travel well. A lot of teams travel for the opener. Pittsburgh fans are fucking annoying.
I never
My
knew
housemate is a Steelers fan though, so I might just say to him, "Let's go out to eat for the day. Let's go watch."
Yeah, right. I understand that. That's a good call. I wouldn't want to be around Steelers fans. I cheer for the Steelers because my grandmother was a Steelers fan.
I was at the Jets' comeback win over the Lions in 2010. The Jets were down by 10 with around 5 minutes and ended up winning in overtime. Nice. I'm going to go back and look at that game.
Yeah. I remember that game quite well. 10-7, that was the final score round. Remember the game we went to December 1st? That was a horrible game.
It's Aaron Rodgers, man. How can it be bad? We had the great Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but we were up
28 touchdowns, Bob.
We were up 21-0 at the half.
But he had 28 touchdowns. That's all some people care about. He had 28 touchdowns.
Who cares? He sucked at the end of the game.
But 28 touchdowns. It doesn't matter if they lost. He had 28 touchdowns.
No, that I don't care. I really don't care about that.
Mark Sanchez with a 1-yard touchdown rush with 2:46 left in the game. Nick Folk kicked the 36-yard field goal as time expired.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes and 18 seconds into overtime, he kicked another field goal to beat Detroit.
Oh, remember that overtime game when they played the San Francisco 49ers?
Boom. If I can get you to call in, you're a nice guy. It'd be a nice night.
Remember that?
I don't.
You don't remember when the guy ran all the way for a touchdown in overtime?
In overtime?
Yeah, they play
Which
that.
game?
They play that Candlestick Park, and then they were tied. Then they kicked off in the overtime.
Can you call your brother for me and tell your brother stop trying to call into the show because I know he's drinking? Like, he's tried several times. Like, I'm kicking him out of the studio. Can you please?
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. I just don't want to deal with it.
No, I understand that. How many times have I told him that?
We both have. I'm not going to put it. I'm not going to put it on air.
No, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. He's going to be upset, but, he can't do that. I told him so many times. He ruins my show like that too.
Charlie Garner. Oh, the season opener. This was the season opener in '98.
Yes, don't you?
No, it was
remember?
Garrison Hurst. Wait, if we're going, how far back are we going?
No, it was
Garrison Hurst had the 96-yard run against the Jets on opening day in '98 when Glenn Foley was the quarterback.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Remember that game?
I remember that game. I remember right where I was for that game. We were down at my buddy's college, Rowan University, and we were sitting there watching it on a Sunday, and then we drove home.
I couldn't believe
the tackling on that fucking run was pathetic. Lewis missed the tackle. I think Eric Williams missed the tackle. Kevin Williams was a safety.
How did Mo Lewis miss the tackle? He knocked out Bledsoe to get to Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, he got stiff-armed, I think, by Hurst.
No. So that should have been a penalty.
No, he got stiff-armed. I think he stiff-armed him.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, it was. I remember that game. It was horrible.
Doesn't stop.
Who?
What do you think?
Oh, sorry. Put me in the back.
You
Put
don't
me
have
in
to
the back. Put me in the back. I'll deal with him.
Hold on. I was in another stream. Indy Jets. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Shine?
How are you?
Well, I am not happy. I'm at work right now, and I have to be here till 7 o'clock in the morning.
What time did you get in?
7. I'm dealing with so I've got some engineers from China that are here, and so they're on the phone, and it's about a 12-hour difference. So they're talking with the engineers that are in China. So somebody has to come in and babysit.
Am I on speaker with the audio, or do you have like an earbud in?
No, you're on speaker, but yeah, it's just me.
Oh, Godzilla.
They can't hear you.
Play that.
Yeah, they're
play that for you. Oh, he's on the phone. Sorry.
Yeah, they're at the other end of the building, and our building's about a half mile long.
I know it's not the same. No one needs to type it, but
yeah,
I don't know. My brain triggered that.
I was just glad your show was on, so I could have something to do for an hour or two.
I'm glad my show's on, so I had something to do for an hour. Indy, we got that in common, brother.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I was wearing my Jets hat earlier, and one of the guys pointed out, he's like, "You like airplanes?" I was like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm not even going to try to explain to him.
Good Lord.
Airplanes.
You like airplanes?
Right.
That's a great fucking... Oh, that's good.
But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you having, so what is what's your final prediction right now before camp starts? Where are we sitting after 17 games?
8.
8 wins.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
I know we're not going to be completely healthy. I think we could win more if everything goes the right way. Like, I'm not intimidated by the schedule. You heard me go through the schedule. Yeah. I'm not intimidated by the schedule. There's been years where we had the quarterback gauntlet. We don't have a gauntlet. We play a lot of teams with question marks at quarterback. Drake, all right, let me bring it back up. Drake May in year 2. Aaron Rodgers, who couldn't move last year.
Not scared of it. I am not scared of that Pittsburgh game at all.
Yeah. We got Tua, who, if he's a sitting duck and we can rush the passer, we can put some pressure on him, especially if we're playing man and we're up on these receivers and the ball's not coming out on time. Dak Prescott. Bryce Young. Burrow, obviously. Lamar, obviously. Cleveland has question marks. Penix, first year starting. Trevor Lawrence, New Orleans trio of quarterbacks. It might be Tyler Shook starting.
Right.
There's not a gauntlet. Like, these are all beatable players.
And just like the Cincinnati game, though, I think the Cincinnati game, people were saying that's an automatic L. And I personally think that, our strength of their defensive backs against their strength of their two very good wide receivers.
Yeah.
But their O-line's not very good, and their defense is horrible. And I mean, hell, their number 1 draft pick may go back into the draft next year.
I think they'll work that out. I don't know what the holdup could be. Basically, all first round draft picks nowadays get their contract guaranteed. I don't know what the fucking holdup could be. Like the language is usually you got picked, you're in this slot, this is what it is. The 50-year option is there. Like there's not really much that the team and the player have to negotiate.
So you remember when Zach Wilson was when he kind of held, I don't want to say held out, but he there was a little delay in him signing his contract. And it goes into it goes into some of the verbiage that they can adjust on a per player basis. And so like with him, Cincinnati is one of the few teams that don't do fully 100% guarantee. If they get hurt or do something detrimental to the team, let's a DUI, whatever, and they need to release him.
Okay.
They have verbiage in there that says you are not guaranteed any more money from that point on. Some teams don't put that verbiage in there. Cincinnati does.
Yeah,
and he doesn't like that. He wants a fully guaranteed contract at no matter what.
Doesn't make sense. If you've learned anything, right, for Shamar Stewart's perspective, if you learned anything watching the NFL the last couple of years, sitting out a year healthy, Calvin Ridley, Le'Veon Bell, Deshaun Watson, you are not the same when you come back. You are not going to get drafted at the same spot with the same upside.
Exactly.
Guys who sit out healthy, you see there's a physical difference.
He's just losing money. You look at the douchebag that was our defensive end last year. That Hassan Reddick or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Look how much money that guy
your
lost.
Own destiny after your rookie contract. That's because Jamarcus Russell, Sam Bradford were getting $72 million before ever playing a fucking game. And then the NFL was like, you know what? We got to put a rookie scale in. There's no reason that a guy who never played a game in the NFL should be making more than Tom Brady was on that contract.
Yeah. And so some of the verbiage that they use, and it varies from team to team as far as what they can bypass on the guaranteed money. If you want to be say it's, and so other teams just say, you know what, your contract's guaranteed, go drive into a school bus of kids, whatever. We don't care. We're still paying you. So, and that's,
kids,
and Cincinnati is just one of those teams that says, no, if you screw up, we don't pay you there's no more guarantees. And he wants a fully guaranteed contract, no matter what.
All right.
But
I mean, I think it'll get worked out. I don't think that he's going to miss the year. It makes absolutely zero sense. Was that Mo? No, it wasn't Mo. I got the player wrong. I'm trying to watch the Garrison Hurst one. I just don't think that it makes sense for any player to sit out a year, get it figured the fuck out, find a median, and just play well enough where you don't have to worry about getting cut. Right? Like what are you doing?
Right. And that's what really impresses me about Sauce and Garrett right now. They don't have to be there. 100%. Well, I mean, technically they do because they are technically still under contract, right? I mean, you were still under contract, so yes,
but they could hold out. Many players do,
and they could hold out, and nobody would probably think twice about why they're holding out, and yet. There they are. I mean, what Sauce? Was it Sauce that missed a couple of practices or something, or one practice or whatever? Of the OTAs.
I don't know if he had something scheduled. If he was in Detroit, Put it this way: it wasn't Aaron Rodgers, so nobody made a big deal about it.
Right? Yeah, it was no big deal. But yet they've been there. I mean, Garrett's been through. That's impressive to me. I mean, that tells you. That culture, these guys are the kind of players that we want to keep around. And I'm glad that at least there was a beginning stage of contract talks.
And not only is Garrett there, and excuse my language, he's lighting it the fuck up.
Absolutely.
He was not just there. He wasn't in shorts on the sideline. He wasn't jogging on the other field. He was there lighting it up.
Well, and there's that connection that with him and Fields had even at Ohio State. We've got four players right now that were from that 2019 Ohio State team.
We have 4 players. We Myers, Ruckert, Wilson, and Fields, right?
Yeah, from that 2019 Ohio State team. That I'm a Michigan fan, and they just tied a knot. I mean, it was pathetic. But when you look at that team, all 5 of Fields' offensive linemen went to the NFL.
Yeah.
His tight end went to the NFL. His running back, gosh dang it, the guy's always hurt.
I don't know though.
Yeah, maybe the chat can help me. My brain's fried. Had 2,000 yards rushing that year. And so if you look at that offense that Fields was a part of, most of that team went to the NFL. And so he's got a good offensive line. He's got a good running back. He's got good, I don't want to say he's got a good wide receiver core, because he doesn't. He had one good wide receiver. And then the rest are question.
J.K. Dobbins?
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, thank you. Yeah. Dobbins rushed for 2,000 yards that year. And so, he had Olave, Garrett, that was a stacked 2019 Ohio State team that pretty much turned into all NFL players. I think this is Fields' first year where he has talent around him like he did in college.
Comfort is a really big thing.
Yeah. And so I expect some big things out of him. I mean, he only threw for like 3,200 yards, but he threw for 41 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Because having a Fields being the running quarterback with a good running back, that inside that red zone makes him dangerous. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to try to stop the run? And that just opens it up for Garrett. And I just think you're going to see him. I think you're going to see Fields throw for 30-plus touchdowns this year. And we're all going to sit back at the end of this year and go, Rodgers' 28 touchdowns meant absolutely nothing, or 26 or whatever it was.
If 28's not impressive, if you start 17 games in the NFL, 28's not impressive.
No.
It's about 1.5 a game.
And it just shows
when you're not rushing for any touchdowns either. We didn't rush for any touchdowns. So it's not like we had 28 passing and 15 rushing. Then you're in the upper echelon of scoring. But when you have 28 passing and 6 rushing, you're not scoring much.
Exactly. And so I think people are going to, I can just imagine what the chat looks like now. Me saying that Fields is going to throw for 30-plus touchdowns this year.
Listen, from your list to God's ears, because if he's throwing for 30, he's probably running for about 6 to 10 more, right? Like, I think everyone expects he's going to rush for 25% of his scores.
And see, I think different. I think he's probably going to have less than 600 yards rushing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and here's why. But here's why. He's not going to, in Chicago, when he ran for 1,100 yards, because he had nobody else. There was no other team. He had no offensive line. I mean, the best wide receiver was DJ Moore. I can't even tell you who the running backs were.
If you give me Justin Fields for 17 games, I'll say he throws for 20 and he runs for 8 and he gets 28. Just so fans can go nuts about him having 28 touchdowns.
I think he's gonna throw for 30, rush for 6, and then 3,000 yards passing and less than 600 yards rushing. And he's healthy. And because he only ran for less than 600 yards, he plays all 17 games.
That's important.
That's the part. I don't want to see Fields run 8 for 800 yards and 12, 15 touchdowns, because that means he's taking a beating.
I think his rush attempts might be down, but I think he's going to have more breakability. I think he's going to break some runs because of the RPO with Brees. And when we get Brees going, we get Allen going, and all of a sudden he sees something, keeps it. I think his average will be very good. It's not like he's going to be running for 2 yards and getting decked. I think it's going to be more strategic runs, and I think it's going to be more opportunistic runs than just running him to run him, like he had to in Chicago.
But and so then again, it's the New York Jets, Nick. The
Your lips to
fucking
God's
wheels can
ears, man.
fall off at any time.
That's it.
But hey, appreciate it. How long are you going to stay on tonight?
Couple more minutes. I got to get up early tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow's a holiday in the town, so I'm off. What's a holiday? Well, not every town has off, but our district is off tomorrow. So I'm gonna go pick up the boy. The kids are done with school in their town. Woodbridge here still goes until next Thursday, the 25th. So I'm gonna or Wednesday. Wednesday's our last day.
You're gonna be on again tomorrow night?
I'm on tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm not working tomorrow, so 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be on live.
All right.
Little prime time. It's a holiday, so I can go on whenever. I don't have to wait.
Yep, I got to be in here again tomorrow with these guys. So I'll try to catch part of your show.
All right, awesome. Have a good night, man.
Appreciate it, man.
You like planes?
Hey, are you going to the Cowboys game?
I don't know. If tickets fall into my lap, yes, but I don't think I'm going to pay for my own suffering. I hate Cowboys fans. I hate Steelers fans. But if you're coming out for that game, we'll get together either on Saturday or I'll come up for the tailgate and then go home. But I can't.
I'll be coming up there Saturday morning, and so I'm not flying this time. I am going to just drive myself. I'm not, but I'll be coming up there Saturday. I know that there's some things going on Saturday night. Then I'll be going to Boy Green's tailgate, and then we're all sitting together there. So we can hook up and do something Saturday.
All right. Yeah, definitely.
All right, my man. Good seeing you. Have a good night.
All right, buddy. Be good, man. Have a good night at work. Bobby!
I talked to Michael. He says he's not drunk. He wants to tell you something.
Tell him to call me in the morning. I told him a couple weeks ago when we talked.
Oh.
You want to talk to me? Call me before 12 o'clock. I'll take your call.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, I'll tell
him. Weed says, Nick, I'll fight everyone for you. See, that's what I'm afraid of, Weed. You will. And I just don't want to put you in that situation or the people.
Yeah, Weed the people. Yeah, I didn't know that you told him to call him early in the morning.
Don't worry. We don't have to bring it up.
Well, I just told you what I talked to him about.
I appreciate you, Bobby. You're a good guy.
Well, I tried.
I'm sorry. I said that wrong.
Yeah, you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
Tomorrow I'm going to call in Jake's show walking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I told him I will. Remember when I called him when I was in the hospital?
I remember you in the hospital. Yep.
Yeah, I called in his show and I said, Jake, he said, won't you call in when you're walking? I said, okay, I will do that tomorrow.
Nice. You have, what do you have up there in Vermont? You have Raccoon Wireless?
No.
Cricket Wireless? What is it?
No, it's Xfinity.
Your cell phone is Xfinity?
No, my phone is Samsung.
No, the server. The like, do you have Verizon, T-Mobile? What do you have?
It's Comcast.
Okay.
Comcast or Xfinity, they hooked up together. So I saw your text today.
Yeah. Me and Nikki talked about it this morning.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to shoot you a text. You looked so excited yesterday to see the dog and the kids and everyone. So that popped up in my head. So I just wanted to shoot you a little friendly message.
She said hello to me.
Yeah, man. That dog is a fun time. He's 82 pounds already, Bob.
I know, you're a big boy.
An 82 pound, and dogs for the first year are still considered mentally puppies.
Yeah.
He's nuts, man. He's great, but he is nuts. When he's ready to party, you got to be ready because he will truck you.
There's Who walks the dog?
They got a yard that's like 60 yards deep.
Oh, that's good.
So he just runs. So
Oh, do you
Nikki
see
throw the ball as far as they can, and he just takes off.
Do you see Nick's backyard? South S's backyard?
I didn't. Now, it's tough for me. Like, when I'm in these schools, Bob,
Yeah.
I don't have very good reception in many of the schools, and I can't get on the Wi-Fi. It's for the Board of Ed employees only.
Yeah.
So that's why I got to go out to my truck to, like, kind of call in, and even then,
Right.
it's still shitty.
Yeah. Well, he has a huge backyard. You got to see this backyard he has.
Okay.
Huge.
I'll catch it at some point.
You could play football on that field.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
A big fan of football.
Who?
All of us.
Of course. But we're talking about the Jets.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found something Alan likes.
What?
Besides me and you. Dogs.
You like golf?
He said dogs are delicious.
Yeah. How's Bailey doing, Alan? Bailey is not doing too good.
Jeffrey, I don't agree. I'm
What?
allergic to cats, and I've never been a cat fan. Bobby, I know you like cats. I know, but I'm
No,
not.
but my
never
aunt,
been.
all my aunts are allergic to cats. Now my mother's allergic.
I was a
to
cable
cats.
guy, dude. It was rough. There'd be times I
Yeah.
go in and my eyes would shut. It looked
Yeah.
like I looked like Rocky Balboa at like the end of some of his
I
matches,
had-
like how puffy
I had-
my eyes would get.
I had allergies in New York from the pollen,
Yeah.
and we had to go somewhere. So my eyes are drop, tearing. And my mother said, "Oh, you can stay for the whole thing." I said, "Ma, I got allergies. I'm not feeling good." So my dad drove me home so I could be in the central air conditioner. He understood. So now my mother's allergic to the cats, but she takes medicine for it. So. Oh, the other one died. The oldest cat died.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she's a good girl. Her name was Patience. And then the other cat's name is Rascal.
Nice.
Rascal's so cute. I love Rascal. Yeah, I'm a cat person. I love all kind of animals.
You're a capplefish?
Yep, I am.
All right. Well, I'm going to start winding it down, Bobby. Thank you.
Oh,
for
yeah.
calling. Tell everybody where they can find you if they don't know by now.
At the Legend of Bobby Midnight.
The Legend Bobby Midnight on YouTube.
The
ladies and
Legend
gentlemen.
Bobby. Yeah.
If you haven't already, you're missing out. Bobby just dropped his average show length, 4.5 hour show today. Just a casual 4.5 hours on a Wednesday. No big deal.
Well, tomorrow I'm going to have an early show because the Yankees are on at 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah?
So after that game, it should end like 4:30. So Jake will go on, then you go on.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
8 o'clock. I told everybody on my show.
I can probably hop on I'll hop on with you tomorrow for a little bit.
Yeah, you could.
I'll be back from the gym, and then I gotta wait. I'm going out around 3. So
Yeah,
if you're
that's
going
fine.
on at 1, I'll hop on for a little bit with you.
Because I think the Yankees will be game over. We lost tonight again. Unbelievable.
That's all I do.
3-2.
That's all I do. It's
How
June.
the
They were the worst team in baseball last June, and
How the hell
they're
you get swept by the Angels? They're not that good of a team. I don't know.
I don't know.
We play Baltimore next, so I have to spell team when we watch the party.
Are we home or away?
We're home.
We're home for Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Damn.
I think so.
That sucks.
And
because
then
Judge usually crushes it in Baltimore.
Yeah,
and we need to get him back on track.
I'm gonna spell the Orioles like you spell the cookies. Oreos. Yeah, I purposely spelled the away. The people who were playing. Purposely, I misspell them.
Nice.
Yeah, I go. All right, so
All right,
yeah,
buddy.
you're winding down. You're getting old.
I'm getting old, man.
I'm
Try to
older
get
than
some-
you. I'm 10 years older than you.
Bob,
You-
I woke
Well,
up
it's
today.
me,
I
but
was
yeah.
I went to the park. I did 3 laps walking around the park,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
about 2 miles. little less than 2 miles, I think.
I don't know.
And then I went to work for 8 hours, and then I
Yeah.
do this. Like, I come in the door, I literally change my clothes and sit down and do a
Right.
show. Like, I need
Yeah,
to
well,
unwind.
that's because you end at 11. Yeah, that's true. Good call. Good call.
Thank you for calling in, Bobby.
My eye red really bad.
Let's see.
Is it
Look
bad?
up. Don't look at yourself. Look up. Look at where the camera is.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, when you looked up, the bottoms are really red.
Okay, I gotta go to a
Oh,
new
yeah, it's really red, dude.
I gotta go to a doctor. Because I
Yeah.
got the cornea, it's scratched. Remember I told you?
Yeah. When you look, oh, you can't see me. Hold on.
Yeah, it hurt.
When you look like this and you look up, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's like fire red at the bottom.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. It's not pink eye, it's because of my stupid eyelashes.
Yeah, you're scratching your eye.
Yeah, well, I already got them plucked out already. It should be fixed by now. But then my eye doctor wanted me to go up to Manchester. No, where is it?
You love Manchester.
It's up in New Hampshire. I have to go an hour and a half away to go to this hospital, and they put the referral as a regular scheduled checkup. I have to wait to November. That's bullcrap.
This comment's too good.
What? Which one?
Nancy says, Bobby, you should rock a badass eye patch like a biker.
Yeah, well, people.
How about like the guy from Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
Oh, what was he again? Yeah, he was in trouble for something, wasn't he? Before he died.
Oh, Paul Rubens?
Yeah.
I think he masturbated in a movie theater. So him and
Yeah,
Charles had a lot in common.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. I heard that. I was shocked. I was even shocked about Bill Cosby, what crap he went, the crap he did.
The only thing he went through was victims.
Yeah, I know. I was shocked. I thought he was a nice guy. His show was cool. And then I find this out. It was
I mean,
unbelievable.
Bobby's Fuzzy Nuts make a good point. Who hasn't done that?
What?
Masturbated in a movie theater.
I haven't done that.
I mean, I've released in a movie theater, but it was brought on by others.
I used to do it at home.
Ah, Bob,
Yeah.
children are watching.
Well, you're talking
We
about
see your home. Don't.
It happened.
We don't doubt weed. You probably went to the bathroom in there too.
So are you
All right.
doing what we learned today?
Yeah, we'll get that going. That was quite the icing on the cake.
Can I stay on for it, or do you want me to leave?
Yeah, Bob, you can hang out if you want.
Because Boomtown, I got mad at today on the Jig Show.
Hey, you made it Boom. Boom's like the nicest guy in the world.
Well, I did apologize on my show. Because he puts in DM, I don't, no more invites because I'm busy. And then I got a little upset, and then I went off. Then I apologized. Then he says, no necessary to apologize. So I did I was like a man, stood up for my own.
All
There you
Clancy, just say when I was younger. Don't say middle school.
Yeah, I'm 10 years older than you. You were born in 78, right?
I was born in 78.
What month?
You don't know my birthday? I thought we were friends.
Oh, wait, we go October 18th.
There you go. I knew I can get it out.
Okay, you're going to the rib. You're going to get a steak that day?
I'd like to.
All right.
I
Me
know
and my
people are coming from all over. There might be people staying in different places, but
Yeah,
I
we-
would like to go get steak.
How close are you to that hotel we stayed at when Nate picked us up?
That's up by the stadium. I'm like half an hour south of that.
All right. So
We'll figure it out. We got plenty of months.
yeah, I want to go.
Okay.
Well, I'll eat
If you're
chicken.
here, we'll try to make it work.
Do they sell chicken at home?
Bob, I didn't even pick a place yet.
Oh, I don't. Oh, I thought you talked about steak. I don't eat steak.
Well, I'm gonna go to a steakhouse. Sometimes they do have chicken on, but I do want to go have a
Yeah,
nice
that's
steak
your
dinner.
birthday. That's fine. All right. So yeah, what did we learn today? Was that weed?
Yes, there's a very important thing. Always, you can always order lobster at a steakhouse, but never
I
order
like
steak at a
lobster
lobster.
too. I'll take lobster.
Always order lobster at a steakhouse, but never order a steak at a lobster shack.
Okay.
Very important.
Are you talking about my cat?
I'm not talking about your cat. Your cat is beautiful.
National raccoon.
Yeah, I did not do a good job with this.
Who is that in the picture of? Who is
That's
that?
you. It's the National Raccoon Association.
Oh, be quiet. Shut
that Bobby started. Look at this guy. Look at that. Look at that handsome guy.
It's his show. He can do whatever he wants. It ain't my show. Okay.
With the National Raccoon Association, led by Bobby.
Oh, you're crazy. I didn't even see the picture.
You know, I actually tried to drag an actual like raccoon eye band over your head, but none would fit. I tried like 37 different and none would fit your head size.
Okay,
can you put a picture of me up there and do one?
Nick,
can it be never received anal? I would love that for the NRA too. We can do that for me.
Well, now I can't do it because I'm not a liar.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the perfect time to do What Did We Learn?
Yeah.
You have a minute. Submit your What Did We Learn. If you haven't already, hit the like button. We are in the midst of the defensive line raffle. Any super chats, $5 or more, any gifted memberships, you will get on the wheel. If you gift 5 memberships or a $20 super chat, you will go on the wheel multiplier where you can win up to 100 raffles. And we will be doing that drawing on Sunday night, July 6th, post Yankees sweeping the Mets.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Take that picture down. That's horrible.
That's
the best you've ever looked. You actually have muscle tone there.
Look at that. Look at that.
And you can see Mr. Winky.
Look at that bicep.
My wiki is not that big.
All right. Well, people might be watching on their phones. Maybe it's scaled to size.
Bobby's all about girth. It's all about the girth.
Okay, let's see what.
We're waiting. We haven't gotten any What Did We Learn yet. Somebody drop a What Did We Learn? Bobby wants to read him. What did we learn? Give him what he wants. As Boomtown and many others have learned, when Bobby doesn't get what he wants, gets a little feisty.
He does.
I like the pictures that he puts up.
What? I didn't do anything, Bobby.
I don't like the kangaroo.
Wait, can you just duck down a little bit? No. Don't go to the side. Just do me a favor.
I know what
duck
you're trying
down
to
a little
do.
bit. Duck down a little bit. Nope. Turn your head the other way and duck down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give. Yeah, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a screenshot of that, please, Clancy? Get that. Do it again, Weed.
No.
Oh, Weed, you disappeared.
No.
Only in real life.
And where's your pal?
Luke, he's right here.
Hello, Luke. I love you.
It's not your show, Bobby. You don't get to demand things of me.
I just
Clancy says, hold on, you two. Bobby says it's not about the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean. That counts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bobby's all about girth. He might not touch bottom, but he'll stretch the edges.
No, you're hilarious.
Are you talking about door frames?
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm talking about.
You're hilarious, Weed. Are you high tonight?
Yes, I am actually pretty far.
That's like saying, are we all breathing?
I know, right? Well, Luke in the room, he's dying with your pot.
Luke is doing very well. I actually haven't smoked since I got home. I'm about to smoke now, though. Luke, you want to smoke? See?
I love you, Luke. You know, I love you.
You would be able to see him if you weren't sitting
Nick
there with
loves
your
you
six
too, right?
desk.
Nick, you love Luke?
I've never met him.
What?
What's up, Clancy?
Yeah, do
that
it again.
kangaroo, if that
Do it
kangaroo
again.
was
Do
if
it
that
again.
kangaroo was 20 years old, Clancy would be all over it.
Oh, there's Peter.
Do it
Oh,
again.
Peter's in
Guys,
the
hold on,
house.
hold on.
Hi,
Do it
Peter.
again. Peter just typed lots of loads. He just shot lots of loads while watching this.
Peter, thanks for showing up. That's nice.
I can't drink that. I can't. I don't have enough.
No.
I knew you were a gagger. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Mr. Boomtown, please, if you would, drop what you learned today. David says, in the classic TV show The Honeymooners, the National Raccoon Lodge Cemetery was in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the National Raccoon Lodge.
Peter says, hi, Bobby and friends.
Yeah, hi. How you doing, Peter?
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The great Boomtown learned. It's the gist, not the jizz. At 17-0, a proposal will be made. Curly is looking for a BJ from a Jets kicker. Tampa Bay franchise history was learned tonight. Bobby has a sweet ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Bonus, the Chinese engineers sadly were not within listening distance on Indy's call. School's out in Chinatown. Masturbating in theaters is more common than you might think. Awesome.
Where does he work anyway?
Boomtown, Canada.
No. Where does Indy Jet work? Where was he?
He works in Canada.
I know. What kind of thing does he do in there?
He works for the great country of Canada.
No, I'm talking about Indy Jet, not Boomtown.
He does tons of Canadian work.
He was in like a factory. What kind of factory does he work?
A beaver pelt factory.
I didn't ask.
Oh, I thought you did.
We were talking Jets mostly.
I thought you did.
No, I mean we pretty much talk Jets until this.
Oh, Godzilla.
Oh, Bobby, don't.
What the fuck was that?
Don't, Bobby.
Bobby took us on a quick trip to Japan.
Bobby.
I remember that. That was.
I don't see a problem. I thought he did a very good job.
Say goodbye.
I love you guys.
Later, buddy.
Bobby, you are
very
good at Asian. You are very good,
Bobby.
Have a nice night.
I love your shirt. You look like a golfer. I don't care what anyone else says. It's a good look.
You look like an unzested lemon. Am I still on the show?
You look like a bowling ball. Yeah.
Got him.
Good job, Bobby.
Roasted him. Yeah. Fuck you, weed. He roasted you. Good night, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the conclusion of tonight's Nick Shine Show. Thank you for being here. You're all nice guys and gals. Programming note, Thursday night, tomorrow, Juneteenth, 8 p.m. start time. It's a holiday, no work, so I don't have to wait till 11:20 to go on. I will set it up early tomorrow morning, send out reminders. I know it's going to throw everyone's day off. You're going to be all confused. Like, what the fuck is this? He's screwing up our regular routine. But I want to spend some time in prime time during the week. So, hope you can make it. Hope you all have a good night. If you are off tomorrow, enjoy your day off. And let's end on this note.
To infinity and beyond!
And the champ is here.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
It's got
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click the family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't